And along with me, I also have two of my colleagues, Ms. Mariam and Mr. Maz, who work in the same department. And we all work very closely to be able to help you make sure that as international students, when you have to make this big decision about your admission and about moving countries, we can make it as smooth as possible and help you all throughout. I will be starting off with a presentation that will very briefly touch about, just Dubai as a destination, what that's like to study in. Of course, we'll be discussing about the courses that we offer, the scholarships, the services that we have, along with the whole application process. And at any point, if you have any questions, please feel free to mention them in the chat box. My colleague, Mr. Maz, will try and answer as many of them as he can. And towards the end of this, we will also have a question answer session where we can have a discussion about any questions or concerns that you might have. So to start off with, I would just want to start off by letting you know what Middlesex is all about. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of us before. So I'm not sure how many of you have heard of us before and how aware you are about the university. So just to give all of you an idea, we are a UK university and we have a branch campus here in Dubai. We actually have 4 campuses across the globe, with the main campus in London, of course. So we've mentioned a few statistics over here just for you to have an idea. I'm not sure if most of you are joining us for undergraduate or postgraduate courses, but I will just be talking about all of them in general. And then if you have any specific questions, please feel free to type them out in the chat box. In fact, if you can also start off by mentioning in the chat box which level of education you're looking at, what field are you interested in studying, just so that we can get an idea about, where we can focus our discussion towards as well. So please feel free to type that in the chat box. And so coming back to the university, we have, like I mentioned, since we're just a branch campus over here, students do have the choice, undergraduate students have the choice to take a transfer to our main campus in London. However, whether you do that or no, when you complete your degree, be it 3 years or 4 years or just a postgraduate program with 1 year as well, you still get the degree directly issued from our London campus, which does not mention the word Dubai anywhere on it. So if you wish to take a transfer in terms of the experience for it, then absolutely that is a possibility, and we would encourage that. We would definitely want you to have that pathway, but should you wish to complete your entire education in Dubai, that would still give you the exact same degree, the exact same quality education, which is something that a lot of international students really benefit from as well. We have received a 5-star rating from the KHDA, and I will be talking about this in the coming slides as well. But that's just, the statistics are just here to show you exactly what we are in the market. We are the largest UK university according to the census that we've had in UAE, with over 4,200 plus students enrolled with us already. So now, again, I could have, I can go on telling you about everything about the university and everything that we offer, but here's just, proof of the fact that we do deliver what we promise. We've received a lot of awards in the past years. We've been here in Dubai for over 17 years now, which has made us really established in the market and which has caused us to have a lot of industry partners and a lot of connections over here. So we have won a few awards that have been mentioned. Of course, there are a lot more, but these are just a few to name. The KHDA 5-star rating that I was talking to you about earlier. So KHDA is actually a ministry governing authority in Dubai. So when they have their when they carry out their inspections and their audits, they rate universities out of a 5-star rating, and we've been receiving the 5-star rating now. So this again just goes to show, how well established we are in the region, and the fact that we do really deliver everything that we do speak about, that you will be hearing about in the coming slides as well. Moving on to where we're located within Dubai. So we have 2 campuses. We are the first and only university in Dubai actually to have 2 campuses within the same city. One of them is in Dubai Knowledge Park, which is where I am based right now, which is our main campus as well. And we've opened a new campus in the Dubai International Academic City, which benefits students who are coming from the Northern Emirates within UAE. This International Academic City actually is also where your accommodation is going to be located. So of course, irrespective of which campus you're studying at, there will be shuttle buses for the accommodation. And again, we'll touch on to that in the coming slides, but just to give you an idea about the location and how that works. So, yes, definitely based on the course that you're studying, you would be based on one of these campuses. But to let you know, because the Knowledge Park is the main campus, you will still always have access to coming over here, no matter what your primary campus is. So you will always be able to use the services that we have at the main campus. All the programs are offered at the main campus as well, and you will have full access to that because at the end of the day, you are still a Middlesex student. Now, this is just a picture of the Knowledge Park campus that we have. We have 4 blocks around here. The one that you see right now is block 16, which is our main block. And it's actually very strategically located as well, with a lot of big companies nearby and other universities nearby as well, which gives you a chance to build the network also. Now, let's just, now that you know where the university is and what it looks like, let's get into the programs, and as I'm sure, a lot of you would be interested in that. Since I believe most of you are coming from the South Asia region, I will be touching upon the 3 different pathways of programs that we offer. So one is an international foundation program. We also have an undergraduate course, and we have postgraduate programs that we offer as well. Now, you will notice in the coming slides that all of these programs are based in very similar schools, which are the 5 that have been mentioned on this slide. For those of you who don't know what a foundation program is, this is a pre-university course that some of you might require before you can start the undergraduate program with us. Now, whether you require it or no is something that we would be able to assess once we have your application come in, based on the previous academic history that you've had and everything that you can add on to the application. Should you require this program, of course, we will let you know. And this is just a 1-year program. So as soon as you finish this 1 year, you get direct access to our undergraduate course. All you have to do is pass the foundation program, and you're already automatically into the undergraduate course. So it will be an internal process. It's not a new application that you need to create or anything. It's very seamless. And in fact, we've had statistics that show us that students can do better in their undergraduate when they've done the foundation program. The reason being that they've been in the university for a year longer. They know their classes, they know the professors, they know what's expected out of assignments, and it really helps bridge the gap between what you might have studied in your high school, because obviously that might be a different curriculum and a different format, versus what you would be expected to do when you start a British undergraduate degree. So this is offered in the 5 broad categories that have been mentioned, depending on the program that you will be following through in the undergraduate course. Now, moving on to the undergraduate programs that we offer, as you can see, they're more or less in the same field. Here's a whole list of all the courses that we offer. And depending on where your interest lies, and based on the subjects that you've taken in the past, we will be able to help you place yourself within one of these programs. If you have any questions, maybe if you're confused between 1 or 2 programs that you see over here, then of course that is a discussion that we can have on a more individual level. We can have you connected with some of our faculties and some of our existing students or alumni who might have studied this program, so that you get better insights into it as well. Now, to give you an idea about all of the undergraduate courses, these are all 3-year programs. As a lot of you might be aware of undergraduate courses being slightly longer, or maybe having an optional year or something, but that's not how it is over here. If you notice, all of the courses that are there come with an honors degree. Now, for those of you who don't know what an honors degree is, it implies a specialization in the field, which makes you stand out from an ordinary degree application. So even for our own entry requirements in postgraduate, we always require a minimum honors degree. And this would work the same way when you go for maybe your postgraduate elsewhere, or maybe if you're looking at jobs or something, it would always be preferred to have the specialization, because it shows that you've actually studied the field in detail. Again, a lot of universities would offer an optional honors degree. Maybe they might ask you to extend your year for that, or give it as an optional subject. But because we've realized how important this is, we inculcate it into our 3-year program itself. There's a whole list of the courses for you to go through. I'm going to leave this on for a second just for you to see which field you want to place yourself in. And of course, as you can see, we have a lot of courses in the business field. It's one of our biggest schools that we have. We have a lot of psychology programs that we offer and science and technology-based courses as well. We are also the only English law offering university in the UAE. So the law programs that you're looking at would be teaching you the English law. And, we've been teaching this course for a while also. The art and design programs are something that, again, we do have specific labs for. We make sure that students have the right kind of equipment. And the same goes for the media and film programs, where we ensure that a lot of the learning that you do is not just theoretical, but also very practical and very hands-on, where you are experiencing everything that you would once you, move on to the field after your graduation as well. So this was just a gist of the undergraduate programs. If there is anything that matches your interest, please type that out in the chat box. I'm not sure if you've already been typing it. I don't have access to it at the moment, but I will definitely get through it once we're finished with the presentation. Now, moving on to the postgraduate programs. Again, these are offered in more or less the same field. These are programs that can be chosen either as a one-year full-time course or a two-year part-time program. Now, one very interesting thing that I do want to mention to all of you is the fact that the difference between the full-time and the part-time course is only in terms of the duration that you're studying it for, and not much of a difference. I have noticed actually, from the students who come from India, maybe because this is a concept of it there, that a part-time program shows to have some sort of lesser value, or that's just the presumption that comes along with it, but that is absolutely not the case. So how it works is, irrespective of whether you choose a full-time or a part-time course, your classes will always only be in the evening. All of our postgraduate programs only take place between 6:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. So this allows all of our students flexibility to take up maybe jobs, internships, even full-time roles in companies if they wish to, or take up some other short courses or build on something extra if they wish to do that through their study during the postgraduate program. The difference comes between the duration, like I mentioned. So if you're doing a full-time course, then you would be required to come to university 4 or 5 days a week, depending on your timetable, versus a part-time program, you would only be coming for 2 or 3 days a week, which is why it would take you 2 years to complete the course. So if anything, it's just the flexibility that's being offered in terms of the tuition fees, the degree that you receive, the scholarships, none of that changes between both of them. With all the courses that you see, there are just a few things that I would like to mention. While of course we do look at your undergraduate degree and what you've studied that in and your results of it there, if you are looking for a slight change in the field, then for certain courses that can be accepted. So do not hesitate in asking us that when you place an application. Let us know about it and we'll see what we can do. There is one very important entry requirement about the MBA program, where we require you to have minimum 2 years work experience after you've completed your graduation. Now, the only reason that we do this is because the course is structured in a way that we need you to reflect on the experience that you've had so far, and the assignments are based accordingly. If you were looking at the MBA program, but you don't meet this requirement, I wouldn't be disappointed. We do have a lot of courses in the business field, as you can see, that have a very similar structure, that focus on very similar kind of things, but they're designed specifically for fresh graduates. So, it's just a matter about how you're able to cope up with the program. And as admission counselors, we'll be happy to guide you through that process as well. Moving on to the scholarships, and of course, this is an important aspect for all of you coming from international regions as well. While we have certain scholarship criteria for our students, all of you being international students itself qualify you for a higher international study grant. So if you would be joining our foundation program, you automatically have a 35% scholarship that would be awarded to you as long as you meet the entry requirements. If you're coming from one of the undergraduate courses, then you have a 25% scholarship awarded to you again as soon as you meet the entry requirements. If you have higher academic results that we can consider, then there could be an upgrade that is possible. We do have academic excellence scholarships that go up until 50% as well, depending on your final result. But should you not meet that, this is a baseline grant that you can expect as a confirmation as well. The same thing goes for postgraduate programs where you have a baseline 25% scholarship just by being an international student. And once in all three programs, once we've gone through your application, if there is any upgrade that is possible in your scholarship, we will definitely be mentioning that on the offer letter. Apart from this, we also have early enrollment grants in place. So our early enrollment grants are structured in a way that they keep reducing as the final date of the classes start. So what happens is we start off this early enrollment grant when we open the applications. They're much higher. At the moment, it's standing at 4,250 dirhams, which is deducted from your first year tuition fees directly, as long as you secure your seat before the 27th of June. Now, I do understand that we have about 3 weeks of time to that, which means that as soon as we have your applications come in, we can very quickly roll out the offer letters, give you the information that you need so that you have sufficient time should you wish to avail the early enrollment grant. This was just to let you know about the scholarships. Of course, I will talk about the admission process in detail, about the process of securing your seat, everything that goes into place. That is something that we will discuss in the coming slides. But at the moment, I would want to hand over the presentation to my colleague, Ms. Mariam, who will be telling you about all the services that we offer, apart from just the academic side and the programs that are available, so that you would have more detail about just what your student experience in general would be like once you join us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Pagrisha, for handing that over, and a very warm welcome to everyone. As kindly introduced by my colleague, my name is Mariam Farouk, and I will be just taking over the presentation shortly and talking about a couple of other services and facilities. I can see that there's many questions that are coming in, so please keep that coming. We do have a representative who's answering questions. Even I tried answering here and there, but we will talk about these at the end of the session as well. So now that Pagrisha has talked about who Middlesex is and what our programs are and what our amazing scholarships are, now I will be talking about our amazing services and facilities. So first up, I would like to talk about our student accommodation. Obviously, as international students, accommodation is one of the key things that you guys need to look at. Of course, you need to know where you're going to stay when you're studying as well, but we have that covered for you, so do not worry. We are partnered with the Marriott, which is a professional student accommodation facility, which has opened in Dubai. It's been here for a couple of years, and this is honestly the best accommodation that is available over here, and which is why we have partnered with them. So they offer a wide range of services and facilities that you can see on the screen. It has like study rooms, activity rooms, there's a library lounge, kitchen lounge. They have amazing leisure facilities like a gym, an arcade room, canteen, barbecue station, an indoor and outdoor cinema. Honestly, it's like so amazing. Any of our students who go there, they really enjoy the experience over there. You can see on the screen, there's just a couple of pictures for that. But of course, this is not, these are just the pictures that we're having. On the screen right now, which I would like to spare a minute to talk about, are the prices that we offer. So we offer 3 room types. So we offer a twin sharing room, a single room, and a premium single room, and the prices start at 2,000 dirhams per month. Now, I've lived in Dubai for a very long time, so I can personally tell you as well, like growing up over here, I never saw an accommodation this cheap. That too with all of these services, facilities that I talked about included in the price. And this price is also exclusively for Middlesex students. So if a student from, I don't know, another university or another school would go to the Marriott asking for a single room, they would probably be charged like double or triple the amount. So this price is exclusively for Middlesex students. So of course, this is inclusive of all the services and facilities that I talked about. And one of the key things is that you also would be eligible for free transportation. Now, Margrisha talked about how we have 2 campuses. One is in Knowledge Village Park, which is where we are, and the second one is in Academic City. So this accommodation is actually located in Academic City. So for those people studying at Knowledge Village Park campus, they would be eligible for the free transportation to come back and forth. I believe believe it's just like 25 to 30 minutes away, 25 when there's no traffic. So we do have that covered as well. And another facility mentioned on the next page is that we offer transportation, like I mentioned, but we also offer free airport pickup services. So obviously you guys will be coming over here, and we offer complimentary pickup service that we will pick you up from the airport and drive you to the accommodation or wherever else you want to go as well. So that's something we offer. And of course, aside from living, we have our student visa as well. We have a dedicated visa team over here that assists students with their visa process. Once you apply for the visa, it will normally take around 15 to 20 days maximum for your visa process to, to be complete. And the visa process will be inclusive of the medical insurance, the Emirates ID, and all the visa processing. So everything we will help you out with that. And one of the policies for applying for the visa is that you need to make 25% of your tuition fees in order to start your visa process. So if you are somebody who is joining, who's considering to join us in September, then I would highly recommend for you to apply as soon as possible so that you can, so that your visa process is not delayed. Now that I'm done with the accommodation and visa, let me talk you through about a couple of our leisure services and facilities that we're offering on campus. So we have a dedicated student activities team called Team Middlesex, and they are essentially a department that is there to enhance a student's experience, not only inside the classroom, but outside the classroom as well. And then we have an active social media presence as well. So you can go ahead and follow us on Instagram. We have our main Middlesex page, but then our MDX is a student driven account. So if you want a more closer and personal look into what the student experience is like, you can go ahead and follow us. Now, one of the key reasons why our experience for our students is so much fun is because we offer a wide range of socials and sports clubs, which you can see on the screen. We offer 16 sports clubs, and there's definitely a wide range for them. This is highly encouraged for students to join any social club that they may have an interest in. As you can see in the previous slide, we have a club for everything. We have singing, dancing, anime club, like we have so many different clubs. So you're not only limited to one club, you can join more than one club. And this is an excellent way for you to network and meet with people outside the classroom and connect with them and learn from them as well. And of course, aside from the social clubs, we have our sports clubs as well, which you can see on the screen. Of course, playing sports does not have to end when you're in school. You can continue afterwards as well. So we do offer that facilities over here as well. So all of our, sports activities, they take place after all of your classes are over, so that, at the end of the day, you can just relax and go for training and just have some fun, sweat it out. So yeah, we do have those facilities for you. Now, the next department that I want to talk about is our Center of Academic Success. In short, this is an academic enrichment program, and this is a department that is there to assist students to enhance their academic support. In case if we have a student who may be struggling in class, may not be able to understand or cope up or catch up with all of the things going on, because this is obviously a new environment, a new university, new country as well, that's completely understandable. So we have a department that can assist you to kind of be on track and be a bit more organized, because we know how overwhelming it can be. They also do workshops in class sessions as well. They give you tips on how to be more organized and how to be better in your academics as well. They offer drop-in sessions, individual consultation hours as well. And another service that they offer is the welfare for students who are under 18, obviously. And then if there's any student with a declared learning disability, then we do have a support team to assist students with that as well. Anything that a student may need to, improve, to make it easier and comfortable for them in class, we definitely have those means as well and resources to offer to our students. Now, another department that I'm very excited to talk about is our Careers and Employability Service. Now, careers is the number one thing, one of the top things that students want to know about when they're joining a university. Now, in short, we have a dedicated careers team that offers a wide range of job opportunities, and their aim is to make students 100% employable. Now, their job opportunities, it could vary from full-time, part-time, paid, unpaid, many internship programs as well. And all of these job opportunities are available for every student, irrespective of what course they're doing, undergraduate, master's, foundation. It is for everyone. On top of that, aside from just providing job opportunities, there's a lot of workshops and activities that they do to enhance a student's professional skills and knowledge. So for example, they will have a CV review and cover letter workshop where they can look at your CV, or they can give you tips on how to make it a better CV so that it's better for recruiters when you're applying for jobs. And obviously cover letter workshops, they can help you out with that as well, give you some exercises to do, which is honestly so much helpful. In the next slide, you can see that we have a wide range of industry partners. So the job opportunities that our students get, they're actually very, very exclusive. And the reason we get these exclusive job opportunities is through our wide range of industry partners. So for example, we see very, very big and well-known and well-reputable companies on the screen right now. So our students have the opportunity to intern or work with these companies through our partnerships. So that's definitely a very, very exciting opportunity for our students. Same goes for our postgraduate students as well. I did notice a lot of the queries were towards postgraduate programs. So again, you are definitely, when you come over here, one of the key concerns or things would be that you would want to find a job over here, which you can do during your master's studies. So our team will definitely be able to help you out with that. And you can get a chance with any of the companies and many of the other companies that we have a partnership with. If anyone has any questions about the services that I talked about, feel free to mention them in the chat box, and during the Q&A session, I will happily answer them in more detail. That's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this was insightful. I'm going to hand it back to my colleague, Mrigrisha, who's going to talk about the application process, and then we'll move on to the Q&A session. Over to you, Mrigrisha.
Thank you so much, Mariam, for helping us out with all the services that we offer. So now that all of you have an idea about the courses that we offer, about the reputation that we've built, about what the university is like in general, what your services are, what kind of support you receive from us, and what the extracurricular side of this is as well. If you have been interested in the university so far, and if this is something that you do want to follow through, and if you do want to join us, then the first step into that would be for you to have an application with us. So the admission process is very simple and very laid out, and that's what I'm going to be talking to you about in the coming 2 slides. So it's very simple. It's just an online application process, and it's completely free of cost. Now, the reason that we do this is because initially we just want to be able to see everything that it is that you have studied. We want to make sure that you are eligible to join the program that you're looking for. If for some reason you aren't, or if there is some pending documents, we have enough time to request that from you and to suggest alternatives where you have enough time to do your research into the program as well. Once we've seen your application, it takes our admission team 24 to 48 hours to be able to get back to you with a response. If most of the things are in order, we can issue an offer letter for you within that time as well. And you would be able to hear back from us just about more details in the program. Now, the offer letter would mention not just the documentation and the rest of the process, but also the scholarships that you're eligible for. So as I mentioned initially, there are certain baseline grants that you could be eligible for, which would be deducted from your overall tuition fees, but there could be an upgrade once we've seen all of your documentations, or once your results are in, which would then be added to the offer letter. So whatever you see on the offer letter is what you can take as a confirmation to your individual application about what it is that can be offered from our side as well. Of course, there can be communications back and forth. You can let us know if you have any doubts with this. You will be hearing from one of our representatives, which actually would be either myself or Ms. Mariam or Mr. Maz as well. So you already have a familiar face, but you will definitely be hearing from our team, and you would have a chance to ask any of the questions that you have at that point as well. I've just mentioned a bunch of the documents, basic documents that are required. There is a possibility for you to submit an application with a few of these documents missing if you don't have them arranged at the moment, but then your offer letter would mention that we need to see them before you can actually enroll for the program. Now, after all of this process, once you have full details, once we've reviewed your documents and we've given you everything that you can offer, that we could offer to you, if you're still interested in joining the program, that's where the initial payment comes into place. So up until that point, there's no payment, there's no commitment, but just a chance to fully know what it is that can work out if you look to join Middlesex University Dubai. If you are looking to then secure your seat and make the initial payment, that is also a part of the tuition fee and not just a delayed admission fee. So the overall tuition, there is just a part of that you would be required to pay, which is just 3,000 dirhams, which is approximately 1.2 lakh Indian rupees. So if you've paid that amount, that would then be deducted from your overall tuition fees and from the remaining installments that you are required to pay. Of course, again, once you have an application, once you have the confirmed scholarships, we can also send a proper installment breakdown to you to ease out that understanding as well. So let's say you've gotten the offer letter, you like what you see over there, you look to secure your seat. What happens next is that you are, of course, required to then book your visa, everything that we've spoken about before. This would only be possible once all of your documentations are cleared so that there's no hesitation in the process thereafter. Once we have all of your documents, you have an unconditional offer letter, you've paid the fees that are required, you apply for the student visa. The student visa application process is also online, so you would just be required to fill out a form that we send across to you with all the documentations, the basic documentations that an embassy would require. We then place the application for you, and it takes about 2 weeks for the visa process to be over. Once you have that in place, you can book your accommodation, again completely online, right from where you're based. So you have a place at the Marriott Dubai before you come over here. You can book the free airport service that my colleague spoke about earlier as well, which means that by the time you land over here, everything is already in place and everything is sorted. There's nothing else pending. All you're then required to do is complete the online enrollment process and visit the university on the first day. Our next intake starts on the 19th of September. So then you're just required to come on campus, start attending your classes, visit the admissions office, clear off any documentation, and we'll be happy to guide you from there. So everything can be complete and decided before you even take a flight and come over here. And you will have that extent of support all throughout from the admissions team, from the visa team, and from all the support services that we've discussed. So this is just the gist of the process that you would be going through should you wish to join the university. Of course, if you have any questions, now would be a good time for the question answer session. And let's say, through this session as well, if you're not comfortable asking something right now or a question comes up later, I've mentioned our contact details as well. So please feel free to reach out to us over here and we'll be happy to help you. That's pretty much it from my side. I hope that was very informative for all of you. I'll be happy to take in questions now. And Chandresh, if you can just help navigate all of that, that would be great.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Mrigisha and Mariam. It was very informative session. And students, finally, we are ready for Q&A sessions. If you want to ask the live question, please raise your hand. And if you want to put it on the Q&A chat box, you can do that as well. So guys, I'm going to mute Sukriti Dhankar for live session. And Sukriti, can you hear us?
Hello.
Yeah, hi Sukriti.
Good evening, sir. I'm audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay, sir. May this university accept any scholarship tests like TOEIC or IELTS?
All right. Hi, Sukriti. Good evening, first of all.
Good evening, ma'am.
We do have an English language requirement. However, it's not necessarily through an IELTS exam. So what will happen is when we look at your application, we will be looking at what you've studied so far. And if there is an exemption possible, then we'd be happy to give that to you. If that isn't possible, then we would require you to take an additional English exam through which we would be accepting an IELTS exam. You could take a TOEFL exam as well, or you could take a Pearson PTE exam also.
I have sociology and psychology. So please tell me, I have what further option in your university as a post-graduation?
Sure. So if that's the background, if that's the bachelor's that you've come for, as you might have noticed in the previous slides, we do have a program in MSc Applied Psychology. So if that matches your interest, that would be a very ideal course for you. Apart from that, I would recommend that, so I will be mentioning the website details on the chat box also. So I would recommend that you go through all the postgraduate courses that we offer and read through the modules that are offered in each particular program, and let me know what matches your interest the most, and I'll be happy to guide you with that.
Okay, ma'am. Can you also please tell me about fee structure?
So the fee structure for postgraduate programs differs according to the course that you select. So again, this is mentioned on the website. So when you click on a particular program, you will see the fee structure, the entry requirements, the module breakdown and everything. So that would be mentioned over there. I wouldn't be able to, give you an exact amount at the moment without having a course finalized. But once you do have that finalized, again, you can just reach out to me. I can receive your application and then I can help you with the proper breakdown with the fees.
Okay, ma'am. And at last, I want to ask that there's any chances in English field?
So we don't have a program particularly that focuses on English literature, but again, there are a lot of courses that may have contents that you might be interested in. So I think once you've gone through the program list and the module list, you'd have clarity on the questions.
And if I join you as a part-time field, so can I also get job opportunity there in your university?
Yeah, absolutely. So as Ms. Mariam had mentioned about the careers department, we do have a department that is specialized in supporting all of our students in the process of finding the job, not just finding the job, but also enhancing your CV, making yourself stand out from other applications. Maybe you found a job on your own and you have an interview that you want to prepare for. So the department will be there to help you with all of that. And that would be irrespective of whether you come as a full-time or a part-time student.
And there's any opportunity to those who want to continue in sociology field?
Yeah, so again, the programs, I mean, the list of the open opportunities, as my colleague mentioned, is not specific to a particular course or a particular field. They are from all fields and it's irrespective of what you're studying, which means that you do have the opportunity to take these up and enhance just your experience in that field also. And another thing that I want to mention for everyone is just the fact that this careers department is, of course, a facility that all of our students are eligible for, but even as Middlesex alumni, you have the opportunity to reach out to them even after you've graduated and they will still be there to support you.
And this program is for how many years?
So a full-time program would take you 1 year to complete and a part-time course would take you 2 years.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
No worries.
I would just like to take a minute and answer one of the questions that was mentioned in the chat box. So somebody mentioned that, he is from I have someone who is from Nigeria, and you're asking about the admission, the degree program, and the level of scholarship. So first of all, you also asked me, whether the admission is open to the specific country. Now, I do want to answer that question that we actually have students from over 118 countries over here. So we definitely have a very, very diverse environment over here. I personally believe that once you are graduating from your high school and starting your bachelor's studies, especially if you're looking to study abroad, one of the key things that you need to look at is diversity and the environment, the student environment that you're going to be in. So if you are surrounded by people with different nationalities, that's going to help you a lot because you will know how to communicate with them, respect them, sit and talk with them, because those are very important skills as well. So yes, we do have a wide range of students coming from all 4 corners of the world. And specific to your question, yes, we do have a wide range of students from Nigeria coming in here as well. Admission is open for everybody, and there will be a scholarship available for you as well. So everything that applies to everyone, it applies for you too. You can go ahead and place an application with us online. We are the admissions team for South Asia, but we also have a dedicated admissions team for Africa or other regions as well. So they will be able to assist you with your application and give you hands-on support with the scholarship that you will be eligible for. So you can go ahead and apply and inquire with us, and we'll definitely help you out.
Thank you, Miriam, for answering that. And now I'm going to unmute Vaibhavi Godekar. And Vaibhavi, are you with us?
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to ask one question. Actually, I'm going through the website right now, and I can see. First of all, I'm planning to apply for masters in psychology, and I was looking for a neuroscience-based specialization, but I can see you guys have only MSc in applied psychology, and I'm going through the requirements. I can see that English language test is not required for Indian citizens, is it? Or like we'll have to give the English language test?
Okay. So, hi, Vaibhavi. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm glad that you're already looking at the website and, doing your research on that. About the English language requirements. So it's not that it's not mandatory for Indian citizens, but if you have done an Indian curriculum in your high school, then we can consider the results for that. So if you have a certain score in your grade 12, depending on which curriculum you're coming from, then we can make an exemption with the English language requirements. You don't have to give an additional test to prove your English proficiency. If you do not meet that grade requirement, then in that case, we'd require you to have an extra test. So it's not really about being an Indian citizen, it's more about the curriculum that you're coming from. If that is an Indian curriculum, then yes, that is something that we can consider. So when I look at your application, I would be able to tell if that exemption is possible for you or no. And coming to the second part of your question about the program, the psychology master's course. So yes, we do have just one program in the psychology field, which is in the field of MSc Applied Psychology. It's not focusing on neuroscience. And if you are looking to have, a licensure in the neuroscience field, then, you would have to do a master's that's more specific to that and get the licensure yourself. But what can happen with the applied psychology program, and this is just for everybody else who is looking at applied psychology as a potential field, this is actually a course that helps either build the foundation in the psychology field for those of you who don't already have a background in that, or it is something that can help you in the personal development side of it. So this is definitely something that it's offered as a 2-year part-time course only. And when students take this program up, they do build on the psychology side of it, but it does not specialize, in the field of neuropsychology or counseling or something if you are looking at a more specific course in that field.
Okay, so it will be part-time only, like there is no course for 1 year, which will be like full-time?
Yeah, so most of the postgraduate courses that we offer, you have a choice between a full-time and a part-time course, but there are some that are specifically only part-time. Again, that's only because of the nature of the program and the nature of the assignments that are there. So psychology is another program which is similar, which is only offered as a 2-year part-time course. And again, as a 2-year part-time program, it just means that even though you're studying here for 2 years, your classes are still only in the evening and you're coming for 2 or 3 days a week, depending on the timetable.
Okay, and if I apply for the same course like MSc in Applied Psychology, and later I want to do a PhD in neuroscience, can I do that?
So as the university, we don't offer PhD courses in our Dubai campus. We do have some PhD courses in the London campus. But if you're speaking about just the entry requirements, having a PhD in a field so specific would ideally require you to have a master's in a similar background as well. So while this will boost your, while it will boost the knowledge that you have in psychology in the field in general, you might have to do a more specific master's as well.
All right. And there is only this master's program for the psychology students, right?
Yes, this is in the master's side. This is the only one that we offer. In undergraduate, we have 5 different pathways that are offered in the psychology field. But with postgraduate, this is the only one that we are currently offering.
Okay. And if I want to apply, like what are the scholarships which are available?
So apart from the baseline scholarships that we already discussed earlier about postgraduate students receiving a 25% international study grant, along with the early enrollment grant that is there at the moment, which again, at the moment it's 4,250, but depending on when you secure your seat, the grant might be different at that time. Apart from these two, so these are the scholarships that even without looking at your application, if you meet the entry requirements, I am certain that these are grants that you would be eligible for. But again, maybe there's something that I see on your application, something that might change this amount. So we can have that specific discussion once I have your application coming in.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for the information. I'm sure you'll be seeing my application soon.
I look forward to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Marisha. And I'm going to unmute now Lalu Nifel. And if you can hear us, Lalu. Lalu, you there?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Okay, yes. Okay, I just wanted to ask something in regards to, I'm about to finish my PhD here in South Africa. So I want to do, maybe possibly we are going to be graduating as early as September. But so I wanted to do a postdoc, a postdoc in management or anything related to management, because my PhD was into management. So do you have such opportunities that I can also partake? And what are the conditions or scholarships involved in that postdoc or teaching also? Yeah, that is my question.
So I can help answer that question for you. First of all, thank you so much for your question. And it's so great to see that you are completing your PhD program. One program that I can think of, obviously, if I just talk about any postgraduate program, that it also depends on the level of program that you're looking for. A PhD program is already of a bit of a higher level than a normal postgraduate program. So perhaps I could recommend an MBA program for you if that's something that you're interested in, because that is definitely the next step, bigger and a higher value compared, the next step in a PhD or program. So we do offer MBA program, and we offer 11 pathways in it, which was discussed earlier as well. We do offer a pathway of project management, but we also offer, MBA in general as well. But we do offer other pathways as well. So, and this scholarship would be the same. You would also be eligible for a 25% scholarship. So the MBA program we offer in both full-time and part-time. So full-time means 1 year program and part-time means 2 years program. So you can, the scholarship 25% would be applied to your studies irrespective of the duration. If it's 2 years, it's going to be applied to the 2 years duration. So that is the opportunity that you can be eligible for. So I hope that helps, and you can of course get in touch with us and look at the MBA pathways on our website just to learn about it more and see whether that is the next step for you.
Okay, but still on that one, I wanted to ask something. For the 25%, it will be roughly off camp or off website. Is 25% of how much?
So the MBA program, it's 107,600 dirhams, but after you apply the 25% scholarship, it's going to be 80,000 dirhams. Of course, you can convert it in your currency to know about it more, or you can get in touch with us, and then in email, in writing, we can properly send you a payment plan so that you can review it and then consider your options accordingly.
Okay. Then my last question still on that. Say if I apply and my funds are not yet really in order. I'm an international person. I'm here from South Africa. Will you accept me if I really want to?
Could you just repeat your question again? I couldn't really understand.
Okay, like as an international person, if I apply and I don't have this 80,000 initially, can there be a plan that you can initially enroll me there, then I can work towards paying off that money at your university?
Okay,
because I've seen other universities have got such a facility.
Okay, well, thanks for your question. What we can do, we do have a lot of methods to make payments convenient for students to make their payments. So for example, we offer a very flexible payment plan that, in a year you can pay in monthly installments. If the default installment plan is not something that you would want to work with, then we can personally create a custom-made payment plan for you as well. And this is for all the people listening as well. We can make custom-made payment plans as well if you would require more checks or payment dates as well. But to answer your specific question, where you said you want to start your studies and then pay later, unfortunately, that won't be possible because you will need to make a payment of your deposit and your visa payment before coming over here. So of course, with all of these processes, especially visa, we don't do the visa process, the immigration does it. So you will have to pay with them. To get admission with us, you will have to pay the deposit. So unfortunately, you can't weigh the other way around. It will have to be in that step-by-step process. But of course, when you do come over here, if you find a job over here through our careers department, then you can start earning over here, and that can help. That actually does help many students fund their education while they're studying as well.
Okay. No, thank you so much.
Yeah, no
I really
worries. Thank you for your
appreciate
question, and thank you so much for coming on here.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Mariam. And I'm gonna pick up some questions from Q&A sessions as well. So student asked that about the art course, does it cover VFX and CGI, or is it more on the traditional side?
Right. So firstly, thanks to the person who asked that question. So the specific question, since this is very program oriented, what I could do is that I can quickly just go on the website and check if that is mentioned on the website. However, there is also one more thing, that things that are mentioned on the website, it's not like the full detail. Obviously, there is a wider range of module content and studies that we're offering. So I'm so sure the CGI will be covered. This is for the graphic design program, right? Just to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while Ms. Mariam is looking through that, of course, she'll be able to get into the details of it just in a second. But I do want to let you know, for not just the graphic design program, but also the other media courses that we have, like the film program. Like I mentioned, these are two fields. So the design programs and the media programs, these are two fields where for almost every course, we have a course specific lab. Now what happens, and the reason that I'm telling you this is because they have specialized equipments that make sure that you can study and practice everything on a more high-end software, not just on generic labs, or you're not just studying it through books or through online presentations, but you're actually experiencing that. So these are actually programs that are, I would say, the most hands-on programs that we have, that have, that will definitely include a lot more than just textbook content. So we have a specific lab for graphic design. We have a specific lab for fashion design. You can actually go through a virtual campus tour on YouTube as well, where you would be able to see what these labs look like. We have a specific film lab as well, which has studios inside it specific for editing, sound, color correction, and everything. So these are definitely courses that will include, a lot more of the practical side of it also.
Yeah, so just to add on to that, so on the website specifically, I could not find that we're offering those things. However, like I said, not everything is mentioned on the website. Ahmed, what I can do for you is that I can personally contact the graphic design professor. It's past 5 over here, so they're probably gone home. But first thing tomorrow, I will check that. And Ahmed, what you can do is that you can drop us an email, or you can just in the chat box privately, just send your contact details, just your email address will be okay. And I can first give you that answer. It's specifically since you're looking for that very specific, the element of, graphic, the art program. So we can definitely find that out for you and get the information for you. Okay.
Another thing, just before we move to any future questions, is just for all of you to know, of course, you have questions based specifically on the program that you're looking at, and we encourage that you ask them. Of course, as the 3 of us who are on the session right now are from the admissions department, and we do have a generic idea about the programs that we can assist you with. If at any point you require more details, like Emma just did, if you need to get more specific details about the course, we will definitely be happy to connect you with our program coordinators in that particular field. They're of course the experts in the field. They've been teaching here for a while, they've been in the industry, and they'll be happy to have a one-on-one session with you as well about the details of the course, so that you have so that you're able to get a better idea about the program itself.
Thank you so much, guys. And one of the last question which I'm going to ask, as we are crunching on time. So the student asked that, is it possible to transfer from Dubai to London campus?
Absolutely, it is. So if you are looking at the undergraduate programs, then we have the transfer program that we again do encourage all of our students to consider. If you're looking at a postgraduate course, then that would not be a possibility, only because of the course structure and the time that you're doing it for, since it's anyways a shorter program. But if you're looking at an undergraduate course and you're looking to take a transfer, all we need is for you to complete minimum 1 year over here, and then at the end of your first year or your second year, you're always more than welcome to take a transfer. It will be an internal process since you're already a part of the Middlesex community. So, we would be able to help you with that transfer as well through a student office in our university itself. There would be certain basic documentations that we will need, but it can be done internally. What I should, however, let you know is that if you do take that transfer, then of course the scholarships that you might have received when you start over here do not continue over there, and you would be following the fee structure that our London campus offers. However, this is, of course, you can look through the details on the website as well about this, and we would be able to support you do that. Now, as I mentioned previously as well, I do want to highlight the fact that if you are trying to look for the transfer just to be able to get an international exposure and, to be able to maybe study in the UK directly, then definitely that is a possibility. But if you complete your entire program at Middlesex, there's absolutely no difference in the degree that you're receiving, no matter where you complete the course. We do see a lot of students who, start at the Dubai campus and they might have plans of transferring, but they enjoy the environment over here and they decide to stay here all throughout. Having said this, if you do go to the UK, of course, that has a different environment and that has its own international exposure to it. And we would be happy to make this transfer possible for you as well.
Hello.
Yes, hi, is this Sukriti?
Yeah, I guess she left, and I guess that will be all from our end. And to all these students whose question haven't been answered till now, please reach out to the information over your screen, and please feel free to ping these guys. And thank you so much, Middlesex guys, and it was such an informative session, and thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a good day.
Hello.
Yes, Sukriti, you there?
Sir, I have a question. May I ask, please, to Mehta ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, Sukriti, please go ahead.
Excuse me, ma'am. Now my BA is going on, which is completed after a year. If I start studies at your university after a year, so is it possible that I continue my study with English field?
So are you looking to join us for the second year directly? Is that what your question is?
I want to join you after a year because my study is going on. Only 1 year is left. My fourth semester is going on, which is completed in July.
Okay, so are you looking to join the undergraduate program midway then, or are you asking about completing the undergraduate course and joining us for postgraduate?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So if you are looking to start the undergraduate course midway, then we do consider such transfer cases, but they're always reviewed on a case-by-case basis. And we would only be able to consider this based on the modules that you've done so far, what your results are, and this would go through a special approval from our admission panel. So I wouldn't be able to confirm exactly if the transfer will be possible, but once we have your application in and once we have all the necessary documents, it is definitely something that we can look into, and we can let you know once we've heard a response from the panel. So if the transfer is possible, if it is possible for you to join our second year or our third year directly, if it gets approved by the panel, then that is a possibility.
Okay, ma'am.
Perfect. So then I will look forward to receiving your application, because that is something that will definitely require an application before it goes further. I believe that's the end of the question and answer session as well. Thank you so much to everyone who's been here. And thank you so much, Andresh and just Team Shiksha, for organizing this. I know that we've kind of exceeded the time that was given, which just goes to show how much of a quality,
no worries about it.
Session this.
Yeah, it was an amazing session. Thank you guys. Thank you, Middlesex University. And I hope you guys have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.